doing all that rot tonight. If they get an opportunity, bring the horses around, would you?
Despite portraying himself as a charismatic, self-confident playboy, Smith has said that he was a shy, awkward teen who was very insecure about approaching and dating girls. Jada Pinkett tried out for the role of Lisa. She was rejected due to a lack of chemistry with Will and their height difference. Ironically, they got married 3 years later, have 2 children together, and remain married to the present day.
I know I don't have any references and I don't have any credit, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing, is it? Oh, it is! Well, give her... Well, hello. Come on, let's go! Come on! Oh, this kid is great! Yeah, bust your ass, boy. I told you, get up with this boy in this wheelchair.
Excuse me, miss, you spent some change. All I want is a little something to eat. Skank! You doing, cripple?
This is Will Smith's film debut.
Hey, man, fuck you, your father. You Axl Rose looking motherfucker. Your fucking father. Hey, look, girl, at some point you wanted to tell me where we going now. I ain't the one to be following you around like some honey-do sucker.
Why not? You've been doing it for years.
Oh, my God! Hey, now this is worse than I thought.
What is?
Excuse me?
Oh, no, you don't, Miss Thing. You better go put on a jacket.
Oh, no, you don't, Miss Thing. You better go put on a jacket.
You better shut up.
I guess the cool thing about giving this award is that I get to give it to my friend. Well, my best friend, actually.
And it is the worst kind of yellowness, to be so scared of yourself that you put blindfolds on rather than deal with yourself. To face ourselves.
Will refused to kiss Anthony Michael Hall just before their kissing scene, so a camera trick was used showing only the backs of their heads. In an interview, he stated that Denzel Washington advised him not to kiss a man on screen, for it would harm his career. Smith stated that he regretted not going through with it, saying, "It was very immature on my part."
You wouldn't last 5 minutes with my family.
Please, man, married life is easy. You only got one woman to satisfy.
Michael Bay didn't like the script and often engaged Will and Martin Lawrence in discussions about how the dialogues and scenes could improve. He often allowed them to improvise while the camera were rolling. He secretly told Will to call Lawrence a bitch before the car scene. Martin had complained to Bay that Will had called him a bitch and he didn't like it. Bay told him to respond accordingly, and the whole 2 bitches in the sea was improvised.
You have the keys
Mike.
We'll have to let all my other girlfriends know that they can't come over, you know, and got to postpone a little freaky weekend.
There he goes, thinking you all Aladdin. But you are not as charming as you think.
The scene, in which Smith drags the unconscious alien across the desert, was filmed on the salt flats near Great Salt Lake. Smith's line, "And what the hell is that smell?" was unscripted. Great Salt Lake is home to tiny crustaceans called brine shrimp. When they die and decompose, the smell can be very, very bad. Apparently, nobody warned Will. The movie became the highest-grossing movie of 1996 and the second highest-grossing film in history at the time, and established Smith as a prime box office draw. After reading the script, Will did not want to accept the role because he starred in Independence Day and he didn't make another movie about aliens. He didn't believe it was really Steven Spielberg on the other end of the line when the executive producer first called to talk to him about Men in Black. Finally, his wife Jada Pinkett Smith convinced him to take the part. According to Tommy Lee Jones, he didn't mind being covered in slime, but Smith hated it.
Let me tell you something. There's only one way off of this planet, baby, and that's through me.
Buying that for your wife?
No, I was picking something up for myself. I do a little cross-dressing on the weekends. You know, you'd be surprised how a nice pair of edible panties could make a guy feel sexy.
On to you! What do you mean, on to you? On to you!
Gene Hackman turned down this movie several times, but was ultimately convinced to sign on after a phone call by director Tony Scott. Will later signed on at a relative post-Independence Day bargain price because he wanted to work with Hackman. He improvised Dean's line about buying the lingerie for himself to try cross-dressing on the weekends.
Well, well, we got us a shiny.
Will turned down the lead role in The Matrix to star in this movie, being a fan of the television series. He later said, this was the worst decision he made in his career, but he harbors no regrets about his decision, asserting that Keanu Reeves' performance as Neo was superior to what he would have achieved. Smith also said that he knew the movie wasn't any good, and he was embarrassed when it earned almost $50 million in its opening weekend.
I learned that from a Chinaman.
I just made that up. $5 guaranteed.
You don't want $1,000?
You done already said you ain't even playing, and Lord knows how awful you're gonna look if you do, so $5 guaranteed sound pretty good from where I'm sitting.
But it appears you know as much about being a caddy as I do about driving a locomotive.
Oh, y'all want to know my strategy? Well, right now my player's a little confused about who he is. See, he still thinks he Randolph Jr.
Hey, Bagger.
Yep.
You are one hell of a caddy.
Hell, I do the best with what I got to work with. We ain't done yet.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Ah! Rumble, young man, rumble. Y'all want to lose y'all money? Then you bet it on Sonny. He know I'm great. He will fall in 8.
Smith actually turned down the role of Ali. He relented after Ali called him and asked him to take the role because he was the only one as good-looking as him that could play the role. Will was a pallbearer at the real Muhammad Ali's funeral. To get in shape, he moved to Aspen, where the air is thinner. He would get up at 6:30 to go for 5-mile runs before hitting the gym every day for 3 hours of ring work and a full afternoon of weight training. The actor put on 35 pounds of muscle in less than 4 months.
Does that come standard?
Actually, it came with a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over.
Yeah.
Jay's line on the driver airbag, actually it came with a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over, was improvised by Will. The producers liked it so much, it even made the theatrical trailer. Will started filming this immediately after completing Ali. In the first few weeks, he had trouble fitting in the trademark black suits, as he had put on so much muscle for the Michael Mann film.
Blue power, motherfuckers, Miami PD.
Oh, damn. It's the Negras.
Casper, drop the bag. Alpha leader, bring him in.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
2003 saw Smith return for Bad Boys 2. Despite receiving generally negative reviews, the film was a box office success, grossing $270 million worldwide. The budget for this sequel was well over $100 million more than the first Bad Boys.
Hold up. What had happened? I made a pit stop last night at Niecy's house. She had said I could stay with her.
A robot can no more commit murder than a human could walk on water.
Well, you know, there was this one guy a long time ago.
When Smith walked into his first meeting, the first thing he said was, "I have to save the world in every movie I make." Everyone present, who cherished the complexity of the script, felt their hearts sink in their chest. At the movie's premiere, when the lights came up, Smith's little son Jaden turned to him and said, "Dad, you gotta stop saving the world in every movie you make."
Old school. Because even a superstar Mac Daddy fish like me has to have the basic necessities. Yeah, that's funny. I ain't afraid of nothing. It's just ooh, wow.
Oh, baby, you are so tense.
Yeah, you know, I've really been stressed lately, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, these guys been trying to steal me from my publicist ever since my last flick came out.
Oh, the robot movie, right?
Oh, yeah, you saw it?
I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the support, though, man.
I want to see that.
No, you know what? It's not that good. It's not that good.
I'm a kid. I don't get a chance to get out and see movies unless they have singing.
Basic principles. No matter what, no matter when, no matter who, any man has a chance to sweep any woman off her feet. Just needs the right broom.
Will suggested Kevin James for the role of Albert, as he was a fan of the King of Queens. According to him, the female lead was supposed to be Caucasian, but the producers did not want to make the lead couple interracial, as it was considered a taboo. They also did not want the female lead to be black, as they feared it would alienate white audiences.
He came here for you.
Who? The guy you're joking.
You got a dream, you gotta protect it. People can't do something themselves, they wanna tell you you can't do it.
Speed cubing champions Tyson Mao, Toby Mao, and Lars Petrus were hired to coach Will to solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes. Jaden Smith, who plays Chris Gardner's son, is Will's real-life son. Christopher is his middle name. In the movie, Christopher is 5 years old at the start. In real life, he was an infant.
If anyone is out there, I can provide food, I can provide shelter, I can provide security.
Smith grew so enamored of his canine co-star, Abby, that he tried to adopt her when filming was finished, but the dog's trainer could not be persuaded to give her up. We'll talk to former prisoners to get an understanding of what it's like to be totally alone. The prisoners told him the key to surviving solitary confinement is creating a rigid schedule. He also met with scientists from the Centers for Disease Control to learn how to use all of the equipment properly.
I swear to Christ, your head is going up the driver's ass, his head is going up your ass, and you drew the short stick because your head is going up my ass.
Hancock is Smith's first time portraying a superhero or starring in a superhero film. The original screenplay was much darker. Apart from being a lowlife, Hancock was supposed to be sexually frustrated because he couldn't have sex with a woman without killing her. Will is a huge fan of professional wrestling. He describes Hancock as Steve Austin, one of his favorite wrestlers, with superpowers.
And that's still in 3-1-0, right? Hang on 1 second. Do me a favor?
You ever try mixing banana peel into the soil?
Really?
It works, I swear. Oh, would you by chance know where I could find her?
The film enabled Smith to tackle a subject which has always fascinated him from a different perspective. How do men overcome their traumas? How do they continue to live when everything is going wrong? He feels that the movie is a modern love story unlike any other and praised director Gabriele Machino for being a master of human relationships.
To what? To go down, give me a percentage.
This is Will Smith's first movie in 4 years since the release of 7 Pounds. This is the longest he went without appearing in a movie since his movie career started in 1993. This is the first film in the franchise in which he received top billing and surpassed Tommy Lee Jones in the main credits, and the first Men in Black movie for which he did not release a music single or video.
That's not possible.
Let's agree to disagree.
And after it's completed, I'm announcing my retirement.
Retirement?
Maybe I'll work with you.
Will Smith, who had wanted to work with Shyamalan for several years but was unable to find a suitable project, personally hired him to direct. After Earth was a disappointment at the domestic box office and was panned critically. Calling the film the most painful failure in my career, Will ended up taking a 1.5 year break as a result.
Now return to the ship.
Jeff Bullington, ESPN All Sports. Tonight's player today is me, extracting your spine from your dead body. Almighty, almighty, like the fuse on my call, 3099 out of 14, cook these fools. I repeat, cook these fools.
You trained him, picked him up off the street, the son you never had. Embarrassing, no?
Do not speak to me of time, demon. Its simplest ebbs and turns elude your meager understanding. Find another way, now!
I touch you here, I steal from here. I tap you here, I steal from here.
Margot Robbie was vacationing with her brother in Croatia when she got the call. She packed everything in 20 minutes and traveled nearly 20 hours back to New York. She got to the audition on time, wearing denim shorts, a t-shirt, and no makeup. When Will arrived late, saying he was coming from Queens, Robbie replied, "Yeah. Well, I just came from an island off Croatia, and I'm here on time." She believes that the reply got her the role. She also taught Will how to swim on the set of the movie.
Would you want me to cut open your mother with the same knife I used on a serial killer?
Yes. I'd probably request it.
Will was first offered this movie over the phone by co-producer Ridley Scott, who said it was a gift. To prepare for the movie, Smith and director Peter Landsman observed autopsies, including 2 done by Dr. Bennett Amalu.
Is a football player. He knows he may break his arm or his leg. He does not know that he can lose his mind.
Only my friends call me Floyd.
You ain't got no friends, Floyd.
What's that?
That is called loaf.
Loaf.
To prepare for his role as Deadshot, Will shaved his head and spent time training with Navy SEALs and Army Rangers, practicing firing a Glock handgun and an AR-15 rifle. He turned out to be a quick learner, particularly with long-distance shots using the AR-15. The majority of the cast and crew got the tattoo in honor of this film. The tattoos were even applied by some of the cast members, Margot Robbie and Will Smith.
Look out, look out!
did you get that? Who are you?
Who did you write the letter to?
I wrote the letter to death.
Will's father, Willard Carroll Sr., was dying while he researched this role. He has said that working on this movie was extremely therapeutic in helping him deal with the ultimate loss of his dad. Will praised the whole cast by saying, "If we are all judged by the company we keep, then I want this cast with me for life."
Went to GBM for short.
Maybe I'm having trouble sleeping because of the nightmares I'm having from being blasted across the street with a shotgun while your ass was getting a burrito.
Bright was distributed via Netflix on December 2017, and it was the most expensive film for Netflix to date. Smith collaborated with his director from Suicide Squad, David Ayer. This was also the first Netflix original movie to have a sequel. The deal for the second movie was signed before the first film was released.
I said, oh, great.
Excuse me, boy, where's your boss? Help me out here, where's your boss? So, you really don't know who I am. Genie, wishes, lamp, none of that ringing a bell.
Make way, here he comes, ring bells, bang the drums. You're gonna love this guy, Prince of...
Guy Ritchie chose Will to be Genie because he believed Smith could give a performance as good as the late Robin Williams, but not similar. Will said about this that he was terrified while playing the character, but he thought that he found a lane that pays homage to Robin Williams' performance in the original Aladdin while still making the role his own thing.
Who are you? I don't want to shoot you.
Fine. Don't shoot me. Mind if I shoot you? You pull that trigger, and you're gonna break something inside of yourself that'll never get fixed again.
I'm just gonna take his gun and I'm gonna toss it to that snowman. And while you're both looking all confused, trying to figure out what's going on, I'm just gonna knock you out.
Here's how this works. I ask the questions, you answer.
I'm about to throw up. Oh, you bet the hell not. That is hand-stitched leather, you better drink it.
This movie makes a number of jokes about both Marcus and Mike getting older. Throughout the movie, Mike is constantly telling Marcus to wear his glasses, and Marcus calls out Mike for dyeing his facial hair black. In real life, Lawrence wears glasses, and, according to Michael Bay, Will's hair was going gray when Bad Boys 2 was being filmed. And that's all, my friends. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Put your glasses on!
What the hell was that? That was a bad throw.
Richard, we have done a great job with them. They are great. Those raggedy courts, they need better surfaces. They need better everything.
Think about basketball?
When I was your age, I used to have to fight every day. The next time, somebody was always beating on me for something. What do you want out of this? I know what your dad wants, but what about you?
Well, I want...
Till the end! I said now, boy, do not touch me! I will walk! I will get you! Come on! I will come back to you! Take your paw!